5 tips to improve your Dynasty experience. How y'all doing? Welcome to Mobile Trash. We are back with some more College Football 25 content. I'm very excited to be talking about college football. Man, guys, I've been playing college football for over 24 hours at this point. I've been playing the hell out of this game. One of the modes that I've been playing and that I've been really enjoying, I just love the complexity, the detail, everything about this mode, is Dynasty. Dynasty is a really great single-player mode, and I wanted to give y'all some tips on how to improve your Dynasty, because I know some people might be thinking, how do I get started in Dynasty? How do I start building up my team and I build my future team? We're going to go over some tips today to really help you out, to really get you in the groove with Dynasty and all that stuff. So if you're thinking about starting one, you're tired of playing Road to Glory, you're tired of playing Ultimate Team, you're ready to do the big old, let me run a whole team, it's the episode for you. So guys, if you're on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, make sure you turn on notifications, because we're dropping new content every single gosh darn dang day. So let's get into this. We got 5 tips that I want to go over that's going to help you out today. So yeah, let's not waste too much time here. Now, what is Dynasty? What is Dynasty, and what's this mode about? Well, Dynasty is one of the classic college football experiences. This is like running a whole season. It's running a whole career. It's basically like a giant head coach career team. You're running a whole team. You have to build the future of the next team coming up, because guys, guess what? When your top quarterback's a senior, he's gone next year. So you got to start building out some stuff early. And it's one of those things where you can stay and build up a team, or hey, you can go crazy for another team a whole season, and then boom, you get a couple of offers to go to this school or go to this school. You're basically you're being a whole ass coach in this situation. You're really trying to, get better with all that stuff. And you could pick offensive coordinator, you could pick defensive coordinator. Guys, pick head coach. Don't be a pussy. All right? Don't be a pussy playing Dynasty, all right? Take on the full load, take on the full responsibilities, be the head coach. And you're probably wondering, how in the hell do I succeed being the head coach? Maybe I wanted to be an offensive coordinator. Guys, I'm going to help you out today. That's why we're here today. That's why we got 5 tips today. And yeah, let's go over this, starting off with number gosh darn dang 1. My number 1 tip that I think is going to really help you out here, for number 1, we're going to go with head coach. Make sure you are starting out your own coach. Please do not pick the already existing coach, all right? Look, I know people be like, but this coach has this, this coach has this. Guys, what are you doing? Get a coach, pick your skills, and then start building out your coach. Start building out your portfolio. Because look, guys, you can just pick a pre-existing coach, but what the hell is the fun in that? Also, you don't get no control of your team. You don't get to pick what the team's good at, what the team's going to start excelling in, anything like that. Because look, every decision in Dynasty matters. Prospecting players matters. Skills on players and your coach, and upgrading coaches' skills matters. All these things come in the game when you're playing against other teams. And I know it might seem like, oh, but these teams are not going to be that hard. But guys, it picks up really quick. Your first couple of games are going to be easy as hell, and then it just picks up after that. It doesn't matter what difficulty you're on. You can do All-American, varsity, freshman. It doesn't matter, all right, because it picks up, and you got to pick up with it. Any mistake you make is going to be a mistake, all right? So understand that every decision you preseason plan is going to affect your whole entire season. Winning games is very important. You want to get that level up, and you want to start upgrading skills. Now, what do I recommend? If you want to do running game, if you're personally into running the ball, you love running the ball, or like you love throwing your ball to your running back or whatever, one of the big things that I think people should utilize, and I think I'm going to do I think we're going to do like a coach skill guide coming out soon. But for now, this is what I really recommend. If you want to start getting your running back, breaking those tackles off, being able to move as fast as they can, I'm thinking really, please start investing into your technician. What is the technician? Technician is how critical, how you're going to be able to move around the ball with. It's going to improve your plays, upgrading skills to improve your plays, to upgrade your spins, your jukes, your breaking tackles, your running back being able to receive or jump and catch the ball. All that stuff's going to come into play when you start upgrading those skills and you start upgrading those up. You can really start making your running back your toughest player you got. And if you got a tough running back, you're going to be shredding through the lines every single time. And that's one of the big builds I recommend. But there's multiple type of builds you can do. You can do leadership. You can do this. You can get the team, you can get the team to loving the coach or whatever. You can get bonuses on prospects and all that stuff on the leadership, and more likely to pick you. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. I definitely want to go over that because I think that's also a big thing in Dynasty is the skills, the coach skills, all right? So it's a really big thing that you really, pay attention. You start paying attention. You want to get your jukes up. You'll be able to get toughness on the running back. All this stuff is going to come into play, and that's why I really recommend technician. Technician's really critical with plays. You can get the plays up, get the better playbook going. You can definitely get your running back on the ground a lot faster. If you love ground play in football, you love playing with your running backs, you love the ground play, you love working your way up to touchdowns, etc., that's going to be one of the best skills to have that. And I really, really recommend you start investing into that because that can really shake up the gameplay. And here's also another thing that people really be making mistakes on. Do not waste your skill points. And what do I mean by that? What do you mean by wasting your skill points? A lot of people think that skill points are just going to come nifty. Guys, skill points are skill points for a reason. There's a reason why they only give you like 5 or 10 each level up. You can't be wasting your skill points. Every skill point you put in, every upgrade you put in, it has to be something that you need right now on the field. So you can win in the future, so you can win in the future, all right? Because a lot of people, what they do when they get skill points, they're like, oh, I know I picked this skill, I know I picked technician, but I want to unlock leadership. I want to unlock this, I want to unlock that. And then you start spreading out your skill points, and then you realize, oh, the skill point economy is not that good. I can't invest into this skill. Choose one skill to start out. And when you have that one skill maxed out, then start buying leadership. Start buying this, start buying that. Very easy mistake Dynasty players can make when they're spreading out their resources too thin, because resources are thin. There's a reason why you don't get many points or coins or whatever. So make sure you're not wasting your skills like that. You're wasting your skill points is one of the top things that can mess up a whole experience, can mess up your whole Dynasty upgrading, and you just don't want to do that. So make sure you're investing into one skill. Once you feel good that you've gotten enough in that one skill, then let's move on. Now let's do leadership. Now let's do this. Let's do that. Blah, 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 blah. Do not be wasting your skill points. It's a very early new player mistake that you can make. You want to be technical. You always want to make sure you know what you're upgrading. Do not just be upgrading shit and just being like, okay, there we go. I upgraded my coach. Pay attention to what you're upgrading for. Because like I said, every decision can affect the game. And these teams will beat your ass. And I'm not kidding. These teams definitely will. So make sure you pay attention. All right? Thank God. I hope you heard that. I hope you went, oh, thank God I didn't do that. I already saw some people just doing that. And yeah. Definitely don't do that. That's how you just waste all your skill points. All right, for tip number 2. All right, tip number 2. Tip number 2. We're on tip number 2. I really need y'all to put this into perspective. I need you to put this into your heads. I need you to do what you got to do to get this in your head. Paying attention to your prospects, and also too, you know, people, how do I say this? You know, I think people really need to pay attention to the skills of your prospects because, guys, as you know, Dynasty goes, year 1 is only year 1. Year 1 is just getting you started, getting you into the groove of everything, all right? Year 2 is where it really starts picking up. Team building starts picking up. Your prospects that you were able to get are going to be in the future of your football team. So making sure you understand what these prospects have, whether that's you need a QB that has field general, he's got road rage, he's got this stuff that really makes a QB unique. He can be 3 stars too. Guys, don't be alarmed. Get those 3-star recruits in, because guess what? Those guys are going to be your future. Those guys are going to be the people that you're going to depend on in the future, you know? Because eventually your good running back will be gone. Eventually your wide receivers will be gone. And you're going to need some prospects that are going to be able to carry the torch and carry the season, because your first season could be really well. Your first season could really, really be good. And then boom, next season comes and your team just doesn't hit the same. And you really need to start looking at your prospects. You really need to start paying attention to what you have and stuff like that. So in the future, you can really get benefited and stuff like that. So you can really benefit in the future, because again, guys, year 1's only the beginning. Year 2 is when it starts picking up. And some of your best players that were on the team are gone. They're going to the NFL. So you need to pay attention to who you're recruiting, and don't just grab a bunch of people that the game's telling you that you need. Really look into these guys, really look at their skills, look at their attributes, look what they got, look at a new passing the torch QB, a new passing the torch running back, a good 4 or 5 wide receivers that can really take over in the future. You really want to make sure, because again, year 1's only the beginning. So make sure you're really looking into these skills. You're really looking into this and this and that and that, and just pay attention to when you're recruiting, because you don't want to make that mistake of being like, all right, I got my guys in, I got a bunch of people in, and you know nothing. You know nothing. You don't know nothing about your prospects because you just went lazy on them and you just selected a bunch of them and said, well, hopefully they pick me. Hopefully they stay committed. And half of them are not going to be committed to you at all because you didn't put in the work to even get these prospects going. That's another thing too. Make sure you're keeping up with your time. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're putting into that work. You're scouting. You're going to houses. You're DMing players. You're doing this. You're doing that. So they can be your top first school. They can be committed to you. All right. Also, your team's performance is really going to matter if they're going to come to you. If you're undefeated, why the hell wouldn't they not pick your school? You're undefeated. You're a championship style team. All right. So it's very, very, very important that you pay attention to your prospects so you can have a better dynasty experience. And guys, it's just very, very important in my humble gosh darn dang opinion. So make sure you're paying attention to your skills and you're really checking your prospects out. All right, let's take a break from all that. All right. Y'all want to get better at cooking? All right, maybe your grandma's coming over. Maybe maybe you're on Thanksgiving duty next year. Hey, look, let me tell y'all something. Cooking is not for the faint of heart. All right, there's a lot of bad cooks out there. There's a lot of people that can only cook eggs or ramen noodles. Here's a recipe that's really going to benefit you in the future. Now, everybody's wondering, how do I make flavorful chicken? All right, maybe you want to start. Maybe you want to bring in a bag of. You want to bring in a whole thing of chicken and stuff like that. All right, you want to bring a whole pan for the whole people. All right. Guys, it's really easy. Chicken breasts. Flatten your chicken breast out. Boom. Put them on the season. Now, people are always like, chicken breast isn't flavorful or it's too dry. Guys, the easiest way to get flavor is to season your fucking food. Put your chicken breast in a marinade and let it marinate overnight, and then fry that up on the grill or the pan. Fry it up on the pan. All right. Fry it up. Get some color on there. Take it off. Take it off. All right. Then throw in a couple of onions, a couple of peppers in there. All right. Get those chicken flavors into the vegetables. Season up the vegetables. Get some water in there so you can get a good sauce going. All right. You can do wine. You can do wine too. Then bring back your chicken, and boom, you got a flavorful masterpiece right in front of your eyes. Cook better. Stop cooking like a bum. One of my next tips that I think that's really going to help y'all out is simple like this, all right? Look, when you are picking your Dynasty team, pay attention to the star ratings. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean this, some teams you can build up from the ground up, all right? For example, right now my Dynasty is Colorado. I told y'all I'm probably going to go with the boys, Colorado Buffaloes, all right? Now, they need some work. They're only 3 stars. It's going to take them a bit of work to get up there, but they have championship potential. If you pick a team that doesn't have champion potential, that has less than 3 stars, guys, I'm not going to lie. It's going to take a few seasons to get you up to the championship level, etc. So, my recommend star rating for teams that I think you should really go with, 3 stars or more. All right? 3 stars, I think it's a good middle ground. I think it gives you room to improve the team and really pick what you want. If you pick a too high star rating team, it's obviously going to be a lot easier with the Dynasty, and I feel like you don't get much, say into what's going to be happening next year, etc. But if you have 3 stars, you can really build up a portfolio. And hey, maybe you pick a 3-star team, you bring them up to 4 stars, and then you move on to another team. Maybe you go higher. Maybe now you can run LSU or something like shit like that. All right, but I really recommend 3 stars or more. And my final tip is, guys, I'm always going to be saying this. I'm always going to be, trying to tell y'all this or whatever. But I think, make sure you're really paying attention to all your matchups and all your matchups in Dynasty. Really pay attention to, who's the QB on this one, who's the running back on this one, because these matchups are going to come in play. And these matchups really give you an idea of what kind of team you're dealing with. You can kind of pick and choose. If you got if they're showing off a really star QB when you start the game, they might be passing the ball a lot more. If they're going to show the running back or they're going to show a wide receiver, they might be throwing that ball to that wide receiver, etc. Really pay attention to who you're dealing with and who, is going to bring that kind of power. Because, guys, I'm telling y'all something, these teams will sneak up on you. Some of these teams got players that, holy God, I am scared to go up against, all right? But, yeah, make sure you pay attention to that stuff, and they can really help you out distinguishing what kind of team you're going to have. Are you going to have a really offense-heavy team, a really defense-heavy team? Are they going to be running the ball more? Are they going to be passing more? Just some subtle stuff to pick up if they're showing off the QB a little more, if they're showing off the running back in the beginning. You can get a general idea of what kind of team or what kind of team you're going up against. So make sure you're still paying attention to that and really, really, really working with that. And yeah, that's my last tip for y'all. Guys, that's going to do it today. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you follow. Make sure you turn on notifications. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, AudioMac, YouTube, subscribe, notifications, Pandora. Hey, Pandora people, follow up. Follow up. We're dropping new college football 25 content all of the gosh darn dang time. And yeah, guys, do you agree with the tips? Do you disagree? I don't know. Let me know. Were they helpful? All right. Let me know. And yeah, guys, it's been a great time with y'all. I'm probably going to go play college football 25 right now. I can't even lie. I mean, I'm pretty much craving the game right now. I mean, the game's just that good. But yeah, that's going to do it for the day, guys. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Make sure you're cooking good, Don't cook like a bum. More content coming out soon. And yeah, I'm going to get out of here, get out y'all's way. Bye.